Hello and welcome to Retro 500, and today I'm taking a look at a retro topic in 500 words. Give or take 10%. Let's go. For the past few years, I've been fascinated by video game ports and conversions. Taking a game from one platform and making it natively run on another, whether it be via modification of the code or rebuilding the game from scratch. Back when arcades ruled the scene, having the ability to play something like Donkey Kong at home must have been amazing. Even if some compromises were made, and it's this aspect that I find most interesting about ports. How far back can you strip a game and still have it retain its essence? Yeah, Donkey Kong on the Atari 2600 looks awful, but it plays well enough, and I can imagine kids of the time having entire minutes of fun with it. Ports started to get more substantial around the NES era. While the consoles still couldn't match the arcade hardware, some conversions actually became more popular than their arcade counterparts, such as Contra and Ninja Gaiden. For the longest time, I didn't even know Ninja Gaiden was originally an arcade game. As the NES did its own thing, the slightly newer Sega Master System leaned towards arcade accuracy, with decent ports of popular Sega hits like Space Harrier and Outrun. As well as some valiant conversions of other titles. For me, it's the 16-bit generation where things get most interesting. The competition between the consoles became even more fierce, thanks to ports of Street Fighter II, Mortal Kombat, and Final Fight, the latter having such a poor reception of its SNES version that Sega seized the opportunity and created Streets of Rage in response. For maximum sales, many games were also backported to less powerful hardware, like contemporary handhelds and the previous generation of home consoles. In some cases, these were accurate conversions, and in others, they were brand new games altogether. Were you too poor to own a Mega Drive but desperately wanted to play Sonic the Hedgehog? Well, thanks to Ancient, you could play the surprisingly fun 8-bit version on your Master System. Likewise, if you loved Contra 3 on the SNES but wanted to play it on a road trip, you were covered thanks to its impressive Game Boy port, provided you could see the screen. Nowadays, arcades aren't the technology apex they once were, and the most advanced hardware is already in our homes. The architecture of modern consoles and PCs allows for fairly straightforward cross-platform ports, and apart from the Nintendo Switch, the differences between them are usually minimal, which is a good thing for consumers. On the other hand, I do miss the quirkiness contained within the ports of yore, as the developers often added things like extra stages, characters, and bonus features to give it that unique selling point. To this day, you can still only play the original Maria mode of Symphony of the Night on the Sega Saturn. Thanks to the wild world of ports, you had a better chance of being able to experience a game on the hardware you owned. For better or worse, but at least you weren't left out entirely. I'll leave you with this question. Is it better to play the worst version of a game than never play it at all? Hey, thanks so much for watching this episode of Retro 500. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit different today, but I enjoyed making it, so all good. If there's anything that you want to talk about, port-wise, conversion-wise, let me know down in the comments. But until next time, take care and goodbye.